Hello guys, welcome back to your course Web Development using PHP and MySQL. This is the next video in which we are going to cover indentation and comments. So let's start. So this is our Sublime text, and as you can see our project 1 is currently opened in it. Let's create a new file and save it as indentation.html. Now let's add the HTML tags and let's add the head tag and the body tag too. And inside here let's add a title tag which say indentation demo, and over here let's add one h1 which will say again indentation demo. Let's add a paragraph and write this is a great piece of demo. Just copying and pasting it a few more times. Save. So now guys, let's first understand what exactly is indentation. See, when you're working on a web project and you are making a complex website which has too many pages and every page has too many lines. As you can see, currently this file contains 12 lines of HTML code. But there are scenarios where you have to write codes which are as long as 1200, 1300, 1500 lines. In those scenarios, what generally happens is when you come back to your code after some days, you tend to be lost. You're not able to find where that particular thing is that you're looking for. So indentation comes in handy in the fact that it gives you a overview of which element is inside what element. As you can see, by seeing this particular piece of code, you can easily tell that head is the parent element of title, or title is defined inside the head tag. Similarly, when you come down over here, you can easily tell that h1 and p are inside body tag. Similarly, you can say h1 and p are at the same level. They are not inside each other. So indentation is a mean by which we increase the code readability. It's very necessary and you should do it as a good practice. So how do you do it? It's very simple. Whenever you think that anything that you are going to add will be inside another HTML tag, you just have to press tab like this. 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tab, 4 tab, and from there onwards you will start writing the code like this. Let me give you an example. Suppose we have a paragraph p tag, and inside p tag I have to add an image. So what I'll do is when I press enter, Sublime automatically gives me a tab so that I can start my image tag inside this. So this is a good coding practice. Always follow this. Okay, so now the next concept is how to use comments in HTML. As you know, when your code gets a bit longer, it's very hard to understand what was the logic behind it at the point when it was written. So it's a great practice that whenever you write HTML or in general any piece of programming, you should use comments to identify or tell the reader that what that particular piece of code is doing. So in HTML, the way you add a comment is like this: less than, exclamatory mark, dash dash, your comment, dash dash, greater than. This is how you add a comment. You can replace this your comment with heading of the page. Similarly, you can add one more comment. This is a paragraph. This is how you add comments in HTML. Let's move on to the next topic, that is ordered and unordered list. You must have seen a lot of websites using list as a way to communicate information. A simple example can be a to-do list, or the list of users, or a list of friends on Facebook. So these are the common use cases of generating or displaying list on web pages. So let's go to our Sublime Text and create or add a list to our web page. So this is our Sublime Text. Let's create a new file and save it as list.html. Let's quickly add the HTML tags, the head tag, the title tag which will say list demo, and then the body tag. And inside the body tag we are going to use one h1 which will say ordered and unordered list demo. So in this video we are going to cover two different kinds of list. The first one of them is unordered list, which basically means in your list there will be no numbering. So let's create an unordered list. To create an unordered list, you have to use a tag called UL, this one. Press enter, and once you have created the tag, you have to write what exactly it is. Suppose my favorite superheroes, and inside here you will use the li tag to create individual list items. Remember, UL stands for unordered list and li stands for list item. So let's add our first item, that is Batman. Superman, Spider-Man, Thor, so on and so forth. Let's quickly save this document. And let's view it in Google Chrome. This is our file list.html. Let's double click and open it in Google Chrome. And you can see that my favorite superheroes displays 4 list items that we have just created. Now let's go back and create an ordered list. An ordered list is a list which consists of numbering. You use OL tag to create an ordered list. My favorite places, and inside over here you will again use li tag to create the list items. I'm simply adding places by adding li items. Let's go to File, Save, go back to Google Chrome and reload. And now you can see you have created an ordered list